Hello, people of St. Patrick's and friends of St. Patrick's. Happy New Year to you all. It's 2024. And one of the things that I'd like to share with you guys as we kick off this new year, I'm sure you're doing this to some degree, is taking stock of our lives. I've been reading through the Gospel of Mark, and there's this passage in Mark chapter 7 where Jesus encounters people who are stuck in their traditions and have pitted their lives and the following of their traditions against their allegiance to the Lord and His commandments. The truth is, you and I are constantly being asked, either explicitly or in implied ways, to take our alignment and our allegiance and put it on other things, whether it's people or traditions or activities. And it's a subtle way that the enemy and the world pulls us away from God. The things that you do and that I do daily, weekly, and monthly have to align with God. That's where it begins. Our lives should begin with worship in service of the Lord, and not in service of mankind, and not in service of traditions. That's not where it begins. Those things can be good, but even what the Gospel of Mark lists off in Mark chapter 7 are not bad things. They say, and they were many other traditions that they did. This is in verse 4, like the washing of cups and pots and copper vessels and dining couches. They would wash their hands before dinner. These aren't bad things by any means, but it almost became a place of worship, a thing to be worshipped by these people who are acting Pharisaical. You and I do that too, and I feel like this isn't new, probably for many of you, but it is something that we have to constantly take stock of over and over again, because it's subtle things that get in our way. And what you end up having happen is, not only is it taking you away from the worship of the Lord, but you see the results and the consequences of those things. It takes your joy away from you. It takes your peace, and instead it replaces it with anxiety and fear and anger. And if left unchecked, can become bitterness. So I want to put something out to you as you begin this new year, to take stock of your life and make sure that your allegiance and that your life is aligning with God first and foremost. To think about even those good traditions and rules of living and habits that you have, and maybe even good relationships that you have, and make sure that first they align with God. To put them aside momentarily, to create boundaries for yourself so that your life and your worship begins with Him. Anyway, there's so much to be said and to do this year, and I'm excited and encouraged by what we see in the life and habits of St. Patrick's. One thing that you can be thinking and praying about is our pastorates, which begin next week. Are you in need of more community and discipleship? This will be the primary means by which we do that this coming year. It's for adults only, and as I said, it begins next week, next Wednesday, in fact. Take a look at our website, ask questions, shoot me an email, whatever you can do or need to do. Love to answer any questions that you have. But heavily consider prayerfully your involvement in St. Patrick's, specifically in pastorates. I'll give more information this Sunday as we get closer to it, among other things. But I'm going to be praying for you guys this week. If you have any thoughts or questions, please reach out. God bless you all. Bye-bye.